guys, welcome back. Happy Saturday. So I'm in a little bit of a rush today because I'm going to work, even though I'm not supposed to be going to work because it's Saturday and I don't work Saturdays, but you know, I'm covering for somebody. And I figured, since I've been waiting for a really long time, well, no, not a really long time, I've been waiting for quite some time to do this review. So I figured since I was going to work today, I would just go ahead and you know, put the stuff on and come here and tell you my thoughts, because I've had, and what am I talking about, by the way? I'm talking about the new Dior Backstage Collection. So I'm going to give you my thoughts, and also not really a first impression, because I've actually worn everything in here before. So it's not really a first impressions, but there will be a demo, and I will be letting you know what I think about this collection from pretty much start to finish. So before we get into anything though, this a beautiful package from Dior. Honestly, I swear to God, I think I prefer the packaging from Dior sometimes more than the products, because like I'll get a package from Dior and I will just like sit there and stare at the box like, huh, that's so pretty. Into any of that, go ahead and like this video, yay, subscribe to my channel, yay again, and you know, through it all or whenever, just go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below, because you guys know I like comments. But in any case, so I've had this collection for a couple of weeks actually, so I already have my thoughts on the collection. So this is not going to be like a first impressions. I've been wearing the foundation. I've worn the foundation 2 other times, maybe 3. This is my 4th time wearing it, but I haven't done a wear test on it yet. So this is what is going to be my wear test today, because I'm going to work. It is now about 4:30. I am going to work for 5. So when I come back, there will be different clothing here. And why am I holding this up like I'm a smokes model? There's going to be different clothing on, and my hair is probably going to be different. So I'm going to do a wear test. I will be back here, I want to say maybe around 11 o'clock tonight. Not sure, but somewhere around 11 o'clock. So yeah, I've had this stuff for a few weeks now, about 3 weeks now, I want to say. It's taken me this long because the foundation that I got was the wrong shade. I got the shade that I got was too dark. I need to learn by now, but I've been trying to get, I ordered my stuff from Dior. I've been trying to get in touch with Dior for the last 2 weeks to either send back the shade that I got or get an exchange for it, and literally no one has called me back from the messages that I left on their line. No responses to my emails or anything. So I just decided to go ahead today and basically adjust it to the correct shade so I can wear it for a wear test. I think that it may mess up my wear test though, because when I previously wore the foundation, I did not have any transfer, and my shirt is already messed up. I'm gonna have to change my shirt before I go to work. So I think that this wear test may be a little bit ruined, but I did try to set my face in any case. But yeah guys, so I'm gonna stop talking, and yeah, I'll see you back here in a little bit and we can talk about all of this. All right, bye. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back. I am back with the results of my wear test. It is now, sorry, somewhere during the course of the night. I don't know what happened. My throat is hurting right now, and I kind of feel like I'm coming down to something. I'm fingers crossed that I'm not, because I cannot handle being sick again. But in any case, I am back with the wear test, and it is now 12:39. I don't know if you can see that. It is 12:39, and like I said before, I think I said before, I've actually worn this foundation before. I've worn it, I think like 3 or 4 other times. The other times that I wore it, I did not mix it with the Illamasqua Skin Base Mixer in amber to lighten it. I just kind of wore it, but like every time I wore it, like something was off, but I didn't quite know what was off. Normally, the shade that I got, 5 Warm P, normally at this time of the year, a shade like that would probably be a really good shade for me, but for whatever reason I haven't been getting as dark as I normally do during the summertime. And I realized today that the reason that I've probably haven't been getting as dark is because the oil that I've been using, even though I've been missing out on my sunscreen, the oil that I've been using, I didn't realize, but it's a sunscreen oil, which is weird because I'd never heard of that before. Someone gave it to me. I don't remember who gave it to me, but in any case, it's a sunscreen oil, so I haven't really been getting as dark as I normally would at this time of the year. I mean, hell, it's almost July, and I should be a lot darker than I am right now. So even though that shade would probably be at least decent, right now it's still too dark. I mixed it with the Illamasqua Skin Base Mixer in amber today to just make it a little bit lighter, because I was wearing it out. When I had worn it before the other times, I was just kind of wearing it over and over again because I kept trying to figure out what about it didn't look right and what wasn't sitting well with me. So I kept putting it on and, you know, wearing it around the house, but never really going out with it. So today I wanted to go out with it, but I wanted to make it a color that matched me well. So I mixed it with the Illamasqua Skin Base Mixer. And unfortunately, I think mixing it with the Skin Base actually kind of did something to it. Like, so if you look at my face right now, it basically looks exactly the same as when I left earlier today. I am a little bit shiny, but not anything crazy. However, when I looked at it up close with my magnification mirror, everything from my nose is absolutely gone. It's settled in my lines right here a little bit. Literally everything on my nose is like just kind of gone, and it's kind of crept up behind my nose right there. But other than that, it's still pretty much going strong. And when I had worn it before, it like literally there was no slippage whatsoever. It just kind of stayed perfect. Which also, I will insert a picture up here or maybe here, to a picture in full daylight to show how well it matched me after I did the mixing. I don't think I took a picture of it before I mixed it because I was just like, this is not right. But yeah, so I'll put a picture right here as I'm talking, and you'll see the match in full daylight. But I was just going to do a check-in for the foundation, but I mean, since I'm here, the face palette is $45 and the eyeshadow palette is $49 and the foundation is $40. So let's talk a little bit about the packaging. The collection is called Dior Backstage. Apart from these 3 items that I have, there is another eyeshadow palette, there is a lip palette, which I didn't get that because I'm not the hugest fan of lip palettes. I'm just not. I find that I would look at it and probably never use it. It looks really pretty, but I probably wouldn't use it. There's also a contour palette. Let's talk a little bit about the packaging here. So Dior's been getting a lot of crap for this packaging. You know, people are saying that it looks cheap or whatever. But here's the thing. The collection is called the Backstage Collection. Like, I mean, use your common sense. Dior is a fashion house first and foremost, right? So they hold fashion shows for every fashion week. Milan, London, New York. Every single fashion week, Dior is there. Dior has been a staple in the fashion world for like, I don't even know how long. And if anyone has ever been behind the scenes of a fashion show, it is friggin' chaos back there. I worked for a magazine. This was like years ago, probably, I want to say maybe 15 years ago. I worked for a magazine, and they were just starting to get into the fashion world. And our very first show at the tents in Bryant Park, I worked the tents one night, and helping to get, you know, the models ready, the samples ready, the clothing ready. It is chaos back there. There is a lot happening. You know, everybody has a table. All the models have a table. Well, if it's a big enough fashion show, the models have a table. They have a cart on the side with the pieces that they're wearing for the evening. Their names are on the cart. Their names are on the table. And makeup artists are running around trying to get the night's looks done. Right. Imagine being a makeup artist and you're running from model to model with a kit, and you have to search through everything that you have in that kit, and you can't see anything but pretty packaging. This makes sense backstage. All of this makes sense backstage because a makeup artist trying to get a girl ready or a guy ready to go out on stage for, you know, they're walking down that runway for probably 15 seconds, 20 seconds tops, but there is so much that goes into it, and there's so much chaos going on. So backstage, for a makeup artist to be able to find the things that they need quickly, that's kind of a big deal. It's called the Backstage Collection because this is the stuff that their Dior pros use behind the scenes for fashion weeks and for fashion shows. That is also the reason why these shades are so infinitely buildable, because they've been created to work on a variety of skin tones. So even though they don't really look like anything, and when you first put them on they may look very sheer, they are so buildable. Like with a couple of passes you can get good color. Like literally, look at my eyes right now. You would look at this and you'd be like, oh, that wouldn't look great on a brown girl, right? But it does. It really is a method to the madness, ladies and gentlemen, of what the packaging looks like. Yeah, you might look at it and you might think to yourself that, okay, it's not worth $45 or $49 for the eyeshadow, but because based on the packaging, which, you know, I'm a packaging junkie, so I get it. I really do get it. And when I first saw this collection, I was like, I don't know if I want to spend that much money for something that looks like that. But then when I heard that it was their Backstage Collection, I wasn't even hesitant to try the pieces, because I knew that if it was going to be their Backstage Collection, the items would have to be infinitely buildable, because they're going to be using it on models of different skin tones. So the collection, it really is worth it's really worth the price point. The only problem that I have with this collection, and if you are wondering, that bronzer is deep enough for me. I cannot speak to it being deep enough for someone darker than me. The only thing that I don't care for about this bronzer is it is very, very, very warm. So this isn't the type of bronzer that I would typically use to bronze the perimeters of my face. I like something a little bit more ashy, something a little bit more with a gray undertone, or something neutral, but this is incredibly warm. The only problem that I have with this face palette, which is why I'm probably going to wind up giving it away to someone, I actually know exactly who I want to give it to, but yeah, the only problem that I have with this is that I would have liked for this blush to have been matte. I didn't care for the blush that was in the palette, so instead I used one of my Diorific matte fluids. This one is number 5. I think it's called, I don't know what it's called, but this one is the one that I used today. And then I used a combination of the gold and the bronzer in that palette as a highlighter. I have some texture on my face, you guys know that, and the gold kind of hitched a little bit. I didn't really like the way it blended out. Yeah, so this face palette, I'm just really not a fan of it. Like I said, I'm probably going to wind up giving it away. I don't like how the highlighters blend. I was able to save it with the bronzer, but yeah, I'm not a fan of that. The eyeshadow palette, though, I'm in love with this palette. I'm going to be traveling pretty soon, and I'm thinking that this is the palette that I'm going to take with me, because it's just so, I think for me it's pretty versatile. 3 mattes in this palette, and 1, 2, 5, wait, no, I just inverted that. There are 5 mattes in this palette. I need to go to sleep. There are 5 mattes in this palette, and there are 3 shimmers. The shimmers are just as buildable as the mattes, but I think that if with a wet brush, it would probably be even more poppin'. I was going to try it today, but I decided not to just in case it didn't work, and I didn't want to mess up my makeup. Alright, so this foundation, oh, by the way, I forgot to say, the bottle has like a little locking mechanism, like when you turn it, when you close it, it goes, do you hear that? So yeah, it has a locking mechanism, so this is not going to open up and spill. This foundation is love. I really, really like this foundation. I need for Dior to get back to me so I can get the correct shade. Because this, if I can't wear this in the summertime, then I damn sure can't wear this in the wintertime. I think I should probably get 4 warm peach instead of 5. Like, I literally thought I was doing something this time. Like, I really thought I was getting the right color, and of course I didn't. But yeah, if I get the right color, I'll be unstoppable. I won't be unstoppable, but I'll feel better. And if I do get the right color eventually, if they ever get back to me, I will come back and update you on whether or not it works. I hope that this video was like super informative and helped you make a decision on whether or not you wanted to invest in the Dior Backstage collection. Personally speaking, for brown girls, I believe that the cool tone palette is a better option. I think that the colors in the cool tone palette they just make more sense for brown girls. Like, I've seen the warm tone palette, and don't get me wrong, I like warm tone palettes. I always want to buy one. I stop myself because I know that I can't wear them, but I like warm tone palettes, and this one I wasn't impressed. I think if brown girls are going to get one of these palettes, they should definitely go for the cool tone palette. I just think it's a better bet. It has nicer colors. It's full of mauves and plums and, you know, like dusky peaches. It's a really nice palette. The face palette, that's your business. If you want to get it, that's on you. Personally speaking, not a fan. Foundation, definitely a fan. I'm here for it. But yeah, guys, I hope that this review was helpful in helping you make a decision one way or another if you wanted to invest in a Dior Backstage foundation. It's kind of expensive. It's not cheap, so, you know, yeah, it's a big decision whether or not you want to get anything from the collection. But as you can tell, my eyes are closing. So, as usual, it's been real, it's been fun, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.